Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Megalith deck profile. So I'm super excited with this one because this one just came out in Ignition Assault, and it is a super cool, fun ritual deck that is extremely, and when I mean extremely budget, I mean extremely budget. I picked up two of this deck just going to a convention extremely easily, and everything is a super or a common in this deck. It's really easy to pick up. So without further ado, let's get straight on this. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you guys can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out those links in the description where you guys can become patrons, and check out the Ko-Fi as well if you guys would like to donate to the channel. So let's get straight on this. And I will warn you guys, I do have some crazy spice in this deck that you guys are going to see in just a minute. So first off, we're going to be playing just two copies of Megalith Antron. I'm probably going to mispronounce some of these, so bear with me. So two copies of Megalith Antron. This card is a really good card. All the level 8 Megalith cards share the ability that you can use them as ritual spells, essentially. That you can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card, and then during your main phase, quick effect, you can discard this card. Now, keyword, quick effect. You can ritual summon this card by discarding. You can discard this card to ritual summon a Megalith ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total level equal or exceed its level. And then when an opponent's monster, this is this one's particular effect. That effect where you can discard them and use them basically as the ritual spell is this one's particular effect. And then the level 4s actually count for cost as well as using them for ritual spells, which is really cool. I really wish these would have, but that would have been a little OP. But this one basically has the ability that when a card or effect is activated that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can displace a ritual monster from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck, and if you do negate the activation, if you destroy it. So this one negates targeting effects, which is really cool. Then we play two copies of Bethor. Bethor is really cool because you can also, it has the same ability that you can discard it and then ritual summon a Megalith card, but it has the ability, or ritual summon any ritual or any Megalith card. And then it also has the ability that if this card is ritual summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyard and destroy them. Then you can use this effect of Megalith Bethor once per turn. And then we play two copies of Megalith Peglith. I don't know. But this one has the ability that it makes all your monsters gain 300 attack for each ritual monster in your graveyard, which can make them really big. I really like that ability because it's just such a really cool effect, because you can just discard, you can just put this on the field and you can gain you can have as many ritual monsters. Like if you just have 6, it's going to gain like an additional 1800 attack points, which is really cool, and just really amazing to just gain all those attack points just right off the bat. Then we play 3 copies. Now the level 4s are where it really gets nutty. So then we're playing 3 copies of Megalith Orpheal. Orpheal effect is that you can use it to ritual summon. You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card, and if this card is ritual summoned, you can add a Megalith monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of itself. Now, the really cool effect about this card is during your main phase, you can activate this effect, ritual summon a ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or your field, including this card on the field, whose original or total level equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you're trying to ritual summon, which is really cool. That is something important. That has to do, that's kind of a hint at what we're getting at for later in the deck profile. I play 2 copies of Megalith Haggith. Haggith has the same effect as Orpheal, but this one searches spells and traps. So that's something to keep in mind. 2 copies of Megalith Och. Och is kind of interesting that it has the ability that when it's ritual summon, you can draw a card and then discard a card during the main phase, which is kind of neat. I like that effect. And then during the main phase quick effect, you can ritual summon a ritual monster from your hand by attributing it. I really like that it's quick effects, which is really nice that they're quick effects. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so the tech cards that I'm playing in here are these 3 cards. I bet you guys will never guess what this is. It's 3 different cards. It's 3 different cards that you guys are going to have to guess. Comment down below. Tell me what you think they are. And definitely like, comment, and subscribe. But here we go. We're going to reveal it in 3, 2, one. Here we go. Definitely comment down below and tell me what you think these three are. So here we go. So it is one copy of Blue Eyes Chaos Max, one copy of Magician of Black Chaos Max, and a single copy of Lord of the Red. So why am I playing these three cards in this deck? Well, here's why. You can use Haggith, Ophiel, and Och to ritual summon any ritual monster. You can actually look at the card right here, and it says, right here, you can add a ritual monster from your hand, but during your main phase, you can activate this effect to ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, including this card on the field. So this card basically counts as a level 4 ritual spell. So you can ritual summon any of these three out, and then if you have Och on the field, you can quick effect ritual summon out the Magician of Chaos Max on your opponent's turn, and tribute another card on your side of the field to immediately make it so your opponent can't activate cards or effects. So you have a sword, you have a negation, and you have a shield, because this one, Lord of the Red, which you guys may have never heard of, has the ability that once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, except Lord of the Red, you can target a monster on the field and destroy it, and then once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, except Lord of the Red, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. You can activate both the effects of Lord of the Red during either player's turn, which is pretty nice, but basically they have to activate two effects, and the first, you can pick either one, either to pop a monster or a spell or trap. So that's something really interesting about these three cards, and plus, we're playing Kaiba, Yugi, and Joey. I thought that was kind of neat. So then, for the last ritual monster, I know we've been ritual monsters for a while, we're playing a single copy of Chalice Slime, just to work with our incantation engine. So that's it for the ritual monsters. Let's get into the regular monsters in this deck. So definitely give us a like for that spice, and definitely like, comment, and subscribe for that spice as well. So then we're going to be playing 3 copies of Incantation Talismandra. So something interesting about this deck is it doesn't play ritual spells, so you have to kind of play around. We only play a single ritual spell, so you have to kind of play around with it to play with the ritual monster, the one that you have to reveal ritual monsters. So that's something interesting. You want to open those up and then special summon out the, you want to special summon out something like this, or special summon out something like your Pencil Plume, or something like that, so you can get out the abilities. You always want to open up Pencil Plume, so I play 3 Pencil Plume, 3 Talismandras, 1 Bookstone, and 1 Candle. They do come up sometimes where you're going to use Bookstone or Candle. This is a 42 card deck, so if you want to drop the Candle and the Bookstone, you can, but I really don't want to drop them. And then for the last 3 monsters we play in the main deck, it is 3 copies of Manju of the 10,000 Hands. You can normal summon these and then immediately add a ritual card that you need from your deck to your hand. Ritual spell, ritual monster, whichever one you need. This card's got you. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing a single copy of Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is really interesting here. Yes, we play the incantations, but usually we don't keep them on the field very long. So it's okay to go into your extra deck. It's not super hard to go into the extra deck at all. So that's an option with Double or Nothing. 1 copy of Incantation Inception is basically just a backup plan with our copies of our different incantations to be able to reveal this and then activate the effect. And you can ritual summon monsters with this card, any ritual monster, which is kind of cool. 2 copies of Megalith Portal. Portal is searchable, so I just play it as a one-of. The first time each ritual monster would be destroyed by battle each turn, it's not destroyed. And then if a Megalith monster is destroyed, special summon, you can target a ritual monster in your grave and add it back to your hand. So it kind of recycles a lot of your stuff, and Haggith can search it, so we just play it as one-of. 3 copies of Extra Foolish Burial. Extra Foolish Burial helps us send stuff to the graveyard, like our Elder Entity Nist and our Herald of the Arclight, which is our 2 targets in our extra deck that we're going to hit with this card, and a copy of Cyframe Lord Omega that you can send to the graveyard just to get more abilities off of this card, or more value out of this card. But basically pay half your life points to send a card from your extra deck to the graveyard. And basically it says pay half your life points, send Arclight to the graveyard, or send Nist to the graveyard. Send Nist to the graveyard, pop a card on the field. Send Arclight to the graveyard, add a ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Then we play 3 copies of Pre-Prep of Rites. We're not too worried about the ability that you add the ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. We're more concerned about the searching the level 7 or lower ritual monster from our deck to our hand. And then 3 copies of Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave just stops it because we're playing so many cards that we're special summoning. We're wanting to just stop our opponent from doing all sorts of hand trap shenanigans, so you play 3 copies of this. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. Or trap. we play a single copy of Megalith Emergence. It is searchable with Haggith, so I just play it as a one of. It's a neat card that you can target a Megalith monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense position. Place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. Even if this card leaves the field, and you can only use the effect of Megalith Emergence once per turn. It is searchable, so we just play it as a one of. So I don't feel like you need it in any more than one. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So with just about any ritual-based deck, we're playing a single copy of Nefertiti's The Sacred Flame. This card gets humongous. It goes up to 48. You can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects, and it has neither player can target it as well. And it goes up to 48 if you use 3 ritual monsters. It gains abilities based on the amount of ritual monsters that you put into this, but you're always going to put 3 into this if you're going to summon it. So it's basically like the final boss monster of the deck that you're going to summon, usually to OTK your opponent. So it's an option. I play a single copy of Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep comes in handy in this deck as well because the ritual effect is nice that you get to draw to and then discard to. I probably wouldn't summon this in any other deck that was a ritual deck because it's so easy to ritual summon in this deck. I play a single copy of Cross Sheep. Nightmare Unicorn just to bounce stuff. Nightmare Phoenix to pop spells. And then Cerberus to pop traps. Those are the options with the Link monsters. And then we also play a single copy of Boral Sword. Boral Sword helps us OTK just a little bit in this deck. You can go into it, but the thing is you have to keep in mind about the incantations, is that you can't special summon from the extra deck while you have them on the field. So you have to kind of work around that. We play a single copy of Utopia and a Utopia double. It's extremely easy to OTK your opponent with Utopia double. You just make Utopia double, search double or nothing, and then play Utopia on top of it, attack for 5,000, negate the attack, and then drop double or nothing, and then attack for 10,000. I mean, the engine's extremely easy to go with. 3 copies of Elder Entity Nist. If you have something else that you want to play in here, you can drop a copy or 2 of Nist. You only really need 1, but the extra deck is really open to what you want to play, and you don't go into it really that much except for this, and then these are utility. The Boral Sword comes in handy sometimes, and then the Utopia double comes in handy. And then you always want to play 3 copies of Herald of the Arclight. If it's sent to the graveyard, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a ritual monster or a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. That comes in really clutch with extra Foolish Burial. And then we play a single copy of Cyframe Lord Omega. The only reason we play this is to send it to grave with extra Foolish Burial. And it has the ability that once returned during your opponent's standby phase, you can banish 1 card, return it to the graveyard. You can target 1 banish card and return it to the graveyard. And if this card is in the graveyard, you can target 1 other card in your graveyard and shuffle both that and this card into the deck, which is really cool because you might need that 1 card back in the deck that you're trying to search, and then this card puts it back. So that's it for the extra deck and the entire deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, the entire main deck, like, you don't even have to have the extra deck. You need at least 1 of these, the 3 Herald of the Arclights, and the Nefertiti's, and then the Utopia double engine. You can get the entire main deck, I guarantee you. You can get the entire main deck for less than 20 bucks. It's extremely cheap, and it's extremely fun to play, and it's a good starter deck if you're trying to ritual summon. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell in there so you guys can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.